So this morning I woke up, the usual time, 6-ish, getting ready for work, and one of the first things I tend to do is go on Twitter. So because I got up so early, when I go on Twitter, usually what's trending are really big topics the night before. So like any scandals or deaths sometimes. Like I usually wake up to like really bad news. This morning, I woke up to see that Amber from FX, formerly from FX, was trending because she was apologizing for anti-Black comments made on an episode of Just Kidding News last week, I think. In the Just Kidding News video, the main video has been taken down, but the pertinent clip, which is about 28 seconds long, the one floating around on Twitter, half of that is Amber reacting to a video of a man who has been accosted by police officers in California and is reacting really aggressively and angrily as a result because he was just eating a sandwich. So this Black man, Steve Foster, from what I can see looking at research, he was just eating a sandwich, and yes, he was eating it in an area where he wasn't supposed to, but think about how Black people are hyper-policed, and things that other people, especially white people, get away with, we don't. So eating in public while Black is something that, well, can lead with you getting accosted by a cop who has nothing better to do with their time. And so he pushed back against the cops. He was, like angry. He didn't want to give his name and stuff. And so Amber, watching this video, watching him get detained, was literally, she said that he just fucking deserved it. And I don't know the exact date that video came out, but I know that it's not up now. And so in between that space of time, Amber did not apologize. Like, she said that word. One of the people on the podcast, on the show, commented on her not knowing, and that person we'll get to in a second, because what looks like an act of allyship quickly on Twitter turns to be like just extra anti-Blackness. So Amber posted her apology on Twitter at maybe midnight, 1 o'clock, I don't know. And her apology says, "I'm so sorry. I saw a video clip, made an ignorant snap judgment, and I majorly messed up. It was my fault for not being more aware of how the systemic racism in the United States has continued and gotten worse while I spent the last 10 years overseas. I 100% do not stand for racism and discrimination. It angers me that he was singled out because of the color of his skin. It is completely unjust, and I am so sorry for not seeing the whole situation and jumping to a conclusion. I'm sorry for hurting you guys. I've always stood for equality. I've always stood for love. I believe in hashtag Black Lives Matter, and I'm so sorry I've negatively affected so many people because of my ignorance, and I will continue to educate myself in this matter." Right, so that's her apology. And like, I saw the apology, and then I looked at the video and I looked at the news story, and so like after all of that, like my first main thought was like, but Amber, you're from LA. You are from LA. I don't see how you could have missed that anti-Black racism is a problem in the country you're from. There's nothing about the past 10 years to make anyone think that anti-Blackness in the United States is getting better. In fact, it's getting worse. It's getting way worse for Black people. And I don't understand how Amber could use her time in Korea to be like, I thought racism just stopped. Like, were you expecting that, despite the fact that we have President Orange in the White House and white supremacists marching the streets of Charlottesville, did you think that things were okay? Dylan Roof murdered, 9 people in a church because they were Black. Like, Amber, sweetie, it's not because you were in Korea that you don't know this. It's that you didn't care to know this if you didn't know it. Because how could you not know? I usually understand when people, when idols and other Korean celebrities don't understand anti-blackness if they're not from Western country. So like when people were defending Bang Chan from Stray Kids for his cornrows, and they were like, "He's a little Korean boy. He doesn't know better," and it's like he's from Australia. Amber, sweetie, you are again from LA, a city scarred by the effects of anti-black policing. And I'm not canceling Amber, whatever canceling is. I'm frustrated enough that I'm probably not actually going to spend the money to go to her concert in Atlanta, because I was going to fly. That's how much I love Amber. I was going to get my terrified ass on a plane and fly. Now I'm not doing that. But it is definitely hurtful to see that, she didn't even think, like, this guy, like, aside from the fact that did Just Kidding News not show her the whole thing or give her any context beforehand? Did they not go, this dude was just eating a sandwich? That's why he got accosted by the cops? But aside from that, like, how are you this bad at this? And her apology, it's okay, it exists. I'm glad that she took some initiative and made it, even if I don't love it. Because this kind of apology is actually more than we usually get for instances of anti-blackness from any celebrity, Korean or otherwise. The weak points are, of course, the 10 years overseas, using that to kind of cast off blame. Like, what are you doing? And then, like, I believe in Black Lives Matter, but then, like, you could question that something shady about how this is being put across. Okay. I hope Amber really means it when she says that she will continue to educate herself in this matter, but it needs to be public. She needs to actually, like, engage with her own internalized anti-blackness, and she needs to call out her friends and followers' anti-blackness. Like, of course, you are not responsible for your friends' actions, but when your friends and your followers are acting in defense of you, like Joe from Just Kidding News, who has been on a tear since 10:16 this morning, in defense of you, you need to call that shit out. You need to be like, no, I'm good, delete your tweets, because Joe has kind of just been doubling down. Like, he wrote a 3-tweet thread that's been blowing up that says, and I'll use Amber's name, not her Twitter @ in this. "You guys need to lay off Amber. The beauty about JK News is the discussion. When you social justice warrior fuck faces expect everyone to already know and circle jerk discussions, there's no chance to actually teach shit. Amber lived half her life overseas. How the hell is she going to know? These niche American cultural woes? You are a bunch of dumb fucks expecting the whole goddamn world to understand our matters. My explanation is a good one on how to have a discussion when someone might not know something, unlike you dick faces who immediately cancel and burn. You need to change the way you approach someone who had an honest opinion about a situation. Not everyone is supposed to know everything before they speak. Stop thanking me for schooling, Amber. That's what a fucking discussion is, you morons." Aside from the fact that, right, how is Amber supposed to know? Well, if you had provided her the context, because I'm starting to suspect you didn't, Joe, you'd provided her the full context of the video, maybe she would have known. If you would stop defending her against Black people, maybe she would know. Maybe she would know because Black people are people and people deserve to be treated properly. Also, the history of anti-Black policing in the United States, I feel like someone would know that, because if she lived in the States until 15, she definitely had several Black History Month classes wherein all they do is talk about the bad crap that has happened to Black people. I'm just saying, like, making excuses for people ain't it. But then, like, the people talking about Amber were fine. Most of us were like, wow, super disappointed, because we really like her. And there's something really painful about seeing someone just say, like, this Black person deserved to be treated badly by cops because they were disrespectful. And it's like, that could be literally any of us. And now we know that Amber, her instinctive response isn't, I wonder what happened, this is bad. It is, this person deserved it. That hurts. It just does. And Joe's been going on. He's like currently like celebrating himself for getting Black Twitter mad. He responded to a Black K-pop fan with an idol icon and display name by saying that they're not really Black, and that, or actually, I can read you the tweet because it is fascinating that this is what has been going on all day. Okay. Let's see. Shut up, you sensitive bitch. Are you even Black with that K-pop avatar and Korean handle? That's what one of Amber's friends or associates is saying to Black people. Part of whatever comes next for Amber in terms of dealing with the backlash and the criticism she, at this point, she definitely deserves, needs to be her publicly going, sit down, Joe. Nobody asked you. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave Black people out of this. It ain't about you. Stop. Because this isn't helping. Any person with a PR department or just a PR rep would know that this is literally not helping. And like, I'm very frustrated. I've been doing my project on anti-Blackness in the K-pop industry and its fandom spaces since April. That's why one of the ways that a lot of people who are in my K-pop fandom spaces have found me, because I'm talking about anti-Blackness. And I made a tweet earlier today that was like, I don't know that we've had a solid month, since April, because that's when I started tracking this stuff actively, that we've had a solid month where we didn't see some form of anti-Blackness from, in terms of cultural appropriation, from an artist showing their ass in some way. And I mean, we could go as far back to maybe January or February, and then lump, journalists like TK Park into that. So there's just been a lot of anti-Blackness aimed at just, well, Black people, and frequently coming from cultural appropriation, which then gets dismissed as not serious enough by journalists like TK Park, who also went on to dismiss blackface around Halloween, and Black K-pop fans, just letting y'all know that he did that too. And the fandom continues to be anti-Black. K-pop fandoms are anti-Black. You bring up any issue. Like right now, there are people dismissing conversations about why what Amber said is so wrong. I saw a thread by an army writing in Arabic that was dismissive, like went to look for sources of the video to show that this man really did deserve to be punished and grabbed because he was doing the wrong thing, as if, Black people aren't policed to hell and back just for living, breathing, trying to be in public, while white people have gotten away with murder. They've murdered people and have been escorted out of buildings where we are shot in our homes, we are grabbed and suffocated on the sidewalk. Like, it's not great seeing all of this stuff. And so, and then of course, now we have this instance of Amber, who, unlike many of the people who have had snafus for anti-Blackness in K-pop or K-pop fandom, is from the United States. She's from a place that is kind of known for anti-Blackness. And, it is very tiring. It is tiring to see Amber do this, like, my trust in her is gone, right? what trust I had in her. I don't really trust people like that. It's not. Um, but also my desire to continue supporting her is gone, because I don't know when I will be in a situation where a cop will come for me for something minor. I don't know what I'll do in that situation. I don't know if Amber will be seeing, if Amber will see me get tackled by a cop that I've just called a fat pig. Like, I hope I don't do that because of many, many reasons. But, like, and if she sees a video of that, and I'm laughing because it's just you laugh or you cry, and we'll say, like, deserved it because she watched him get hassled by a cop for eating a sandwich at a train station while black and pushing back against an obvious injustice and said he deserved it. And that's what people are defending. That's what people are saying black people are too sensitive about. I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of people showing that they really don't care. I'm tired of having to tell people that you should care about black people and anti-blackness. I'm tired.